Hey, what's going on? It's been I think about a year. I've always been trying to do an update, but just never get the chance. And video editing just takes a while, and it's been a busy year with everything going on. But this is a car right now. This is an update. How it's sitting now, what wheels I got on it, what has been done. I've been driving it here and there. I think it's been done for since last December. The motor was in. I had it running around spring, but I haven't actually driven it on the street until these past few months. Just a lot of hiccups here and there, different things you have to change out when you find out something doesn't work, or like you got the forums and all that. People say, yeah, don't do this, don't do that, and you find out why the hard way. But here it is. So everything's hooked up. I just wired contour fans on there. I am in the middle of putting everything back together. Got a breaker coming from the battery. So battery cable, 150 amp breaker right there, resettable. And I got a continuous duty solenoid. That is triggered from the control pack ECU. So the way I have it is the control pack fan wire triggers one wire, which is the first fan, and then I piggyback off that to use as a trigger for the solenoid to power the second fan from the battery. Because I had both fans on that solenoid and breaker, and the breaker popped, so I'm not sure what went wrong. But I replaced the breaker with a higher amperage, and then I separated the fan's power supply. So again, these are LMR contour fans. They do draw a lot. I've read somewhere where they can pull 100 amps on startup. I have them wired directly, so they're always on full high speed. I know they have a resistor on them, and to make them, I guess, slow speed, high speed, but I just put them on high speed. I'm here in Texas, so it gets pretty hot. Need them on as soon as they kick on. You need them on all the time. It's rare that they kick back off. So the thermostat, the ECU is set up to come on the ECU sets up the fan to come on at 180 degrees from factory. I did get custom lines for the brakes just so I can fit, the 90s right there. Just because it's a tight fit. Eventually I'm gonna have to go with a different master cylinder, just so I can have them come out of this line, and I'll use nickel copper plated lines so I can bend them easily. These are stainless lines right here, so they're super hard to bend. These are flexible hoses with the 90s. They've been holding up. Those were custom from a shop. I got them with the DEI thermal shields on, just because they're next to the headers down there. Got my power supply. I'm running a factory airbox. It's trimmed down to fit. So I want the car looking mostly factory underneath. Nothing really aftermarket besides the AN hoses. But it looks good. It fits right here. It gets cold air right there. I'm not a fan of those cold air intakes, because they'll sit right here, yet they're called cold air, but they're sucking in all the hot air from the engine. I actually want cold air from the outside, so it goes through the light outside of the engine compartment. Using factory OEM coolant. With my control pack, or with the motor, it said recommended to use only the concentrate with distilled water when you first install your engine. So I think I have about 4 gallons in there. That's with water and the coolant. I got the hood struts from MRT, also from LMR. I did do a lot more buffing and cutting on the paint and polishing. So it looks pretty good. It's not perfect. So there is some trash in there, but nothing nothing that bothers me. It's good enough for me. I love the blue. I get a lot of compliments on the blue, so it's Viper blue. The interior, I was able to score some factory OEM seats, sport ones, with the small headrest. These are from the 90s, I'm assuming. I think, because the 89 and lower have a bigger headrest, more squarish. I have the steering wheel from LMR. I still have my factory gauges. I'm using my phone as my gauges for when the car is on. I have a Bluetooth hooked up to it right here. And all I need to know is my coolant, my speed, and what my voltage is for now. But eventually I think I might set up these gauges. PCP Allen or Stroker Coupe on YouTube helps me out a lot with these Coyote builds. So there's a video that he has that shows how to use these stock gauges. The only thing about these is they're 4-cylinder gauges, so I would have to take out the RPM and the tachometer, switch them. So that's what I'm debating, whether doing that or not, because that's a couple $100 from eBay for each one. It's about 100. So I did do the back seat, rear seat delete from LMR also. That's pretty good. I liked it. What else we got? Nothing really else done. Battery's still there. I blacked out the lights, you can kind of tell. Custom license plates with a plate frame. I think that's pretty funny. I get a lot of kicks out of it. Get a lot of people laughing over that. It does have billet specialty wheels. I'm still running drums in the back. I got no problem with them. It stops like it should. Before, when I got this car, I had the drums. I rebuilt the drums with the rebuild kit from LMR. New shoes, springs, all that, pistons, all that other crap. So these are billet specialties, 15 by 10 with the Mickeys. I'm getting a little rubbing right there. The fender is rolled, but I might have to lift the car a little bit up. I like how it rides. It's not rubbing on the wall inside. It was before, but it's fine now. I took a sledgehammer and beat the shit out of it. Other side, same thing. So those are 15 by 10s. These are 15 by 6.5, I believe. So that's pretty much it. I've put under 100 miles. I don't think I've hit 100 yet, but I've hit close to getting there. The kinks I've had to do was with the fan. My single fan from Proform wasn't cutting it, especially just because I have this coolant reservoir here, so the fan was off to one side and half the radiator wasn't getting cooled, so I was having a problem of it warming up. So now I got the contour fans. They're more suited for this, more slim, a lot more CFM. These blow 3,500 CFM. My Proform fan was at 2,800, and it was just a smaller footprint. These actually have the shroud on there also. It covers the entire radiator, which is what I needed. The entire radiator. It hasn't overheated, but I've always kept a close eye on it. I'm still watching it. I'm not entirely trusting it yet. Like I said, you have to work out all these kind of kinks and details and stuff like that. So far, the brakes have been all right. Power brakes would be a lot better. The shifter and the transmission of that T56 Magnum, I love it. It's real notchy feeling. I did a upgrade or a modification on the reverse lockout on the transmission. Took a spring off the, or I took a coil off the spring, so I'm able to put it to reverse. a lot easier because I didn't wire power to the solenoid, so when I hit reverse, it's pretty hard to get into. You need to use both hands to get into reverse. But cutting that coil off that spring does help. And that's pretty much it for now. I know everybody's been asking for an update. If you got any questions, let me know. Drop a comment or whatever. I'm more active on Instagram, and I think I've changed the name of the channel to what my Instagram is, so you can find me easy. If not, I'll link everything down below. I do need to paint this trunk. I'll do a video on painting that. I have a spray gun and all that. I did paint some parts on this car, like the bumpers and the jams and the rear, the front valence right here. So I think I did a pretty good job of painting that. But yeah, that's it. Y'all have a good one.